Do 20 is located in relation to the midpoint between the glabella and the occiput. Place the heel of your palm on the glabella and the occiput. Fold your fingers around the skull to find the midpoint. Do 20 is located 1 cun posterior to that midpoint. It typically lies in a nice dip. There are several other nice dips slightly further back, which are other dew points, so don't be tempted to go further back than 1 cun posterior to that midpoint. Gallbladder 16 is located on a curved line joining gallbladder 15 to gallbladder 20. It's 1/3 of the distance from gallbladder 15 to gallbladder 18, which is on a level with do 20. This makes this your gallbladder 16. Do 25 is on the anterior midline at the very tip of the nose. Do 26 is on the anterior midline at the junction of the upper third and lower 2/3 of the philtrum. Do 27 is on the anterior midline at the junction of the philtrum and the upper margin of the lip. Ren 24 is on the anterior midline in the centre of the mentolabial groove.
Large intestine 1 is at the radial nail point of the index finger. I'm going to be looking at the proximal and radial borders, looking and feeling for the flare of the bone, looking at where the nail bed is and putting my point in. Sanjiao 2 between the 4th and 5th fingers, half a cun within the web margin. So bring the 2 fingers away from each other, feel for the flare of the bone of the 4th, and come out into the margin between those 2 bones. Sanjiao 1 on the ulnar nail point of the 4th finger. Going to be feeling for the flare of the bone, looking at where the ulnar and proximal borders meet, looking at the nail bed, and putting my point in. Pericardium 3 is on the transverse cubital crease, immediately ulnar to the aponeurosis of biceps brachii. Lung 11, it's at the radial nail point of the thumb. So in order to find that point, I'm going to look at where the proximal and radial borders of the nail meet. I'm going to look at the nail bed, feel for where the flare of the bone is, and put my point in.
Pericardium 8 is found on the palmar aspect of the hand in this nice dip which is proximal to the junction of the heads of the second and third metacarpals. The point is just a little closer to the head of the third metacarpal. Pericardium 9 is found at the very tip of the middle finger. An alternative location is the radial nail point of the same finger. Be sure to mark this point clear of the nail bed.
Kidney 1 is on the sole of the foot, between the second and third metatarsals, approximately 1/3 of the distance between the base of the second toe and the heel. It falls into a depression when the foot is plantar flexed. Thank you.
Bladder 40 is located at the midpoint of the popliteal crease, in between the tendons biceps femoris and semitendinosus. To bring these tendons into relief, get the person to take the weight of their own leg. It then becomes quite easy to feel these two tendons. It's also easier to see where the popliteal crease lies. When they lower the leg, make sure you mark this point directly in the centre of the popliteal crease.